boys and girls, happy Wednesday. I wanted to touch base with you. I'm seeing some assignments come in on the nonfiction Raz Kid story, and I'm seeing that some of us are still choosing fiction books. Some of us are just choosing the same book that we read on Monday, or we're just choosing a brand new fiction book. So I want to go over real quick the difference again between fiction and nonfiction. So after you watch this video, if you have not watched the lesson that's provided in the activity, make sure you watch that short lesson before choosing your book, because I also talk about nonfiction in there too. So let's go over fiction versus nonfiction. So when we're talking about fiction, and in Raz Kids, you might see it written out as fiction, or you might just see the letter F, which is for fiction. Fiction is not real. There's characters, a setting. A lot of times there's going to be a problem and a solution, beginning, middle, and end. Fiction is reading for enjoyment. And some of you might remember S-T-O-R-Y, a story, a story. S stands for setting. T stands for talking characters. O stands for oops, there's a problem. R, attempts to resolve. And Y, yes, there's a solution. So in a fiction book, you would be able to fill out most, if not all, of the S-T-O-R-Y letters. So that is fiction. Nonfiction. You might see it written as nonfiction, or you might see it as in F, which stands for nonfiction. So nonfiction is real. You're going to get facts and learn things from it. There's going to be photographs taken usually with a camera, maps, graphs, diagrams. So all those nonfiction text features like index and glossary. And you are reading to learn about something, or gaining research, doing research and gaining facts for your research. So I've got some book examples here of fiction and nonfiction. So let's take a look at some books and decide if they are fiction or nonfiction. All right, first we have Clever Tom and the Leprechaun. Do you think it is fiction or nonfiction? This is a fiction book because we have characters, and if you remember from when I read it earlier, there's a problem, there's a solution. This is a fiction book. Enemy Pie. We've read this year also. Enemy Pie is a fiction book. It is not real. It could really happen, but it's not a real story. It is something we read for enjoyment. There is a problem, a solution, characters, a beginning, middle, and end. All right. What about Water Everywhere? Water Everywhere. And we can even look inside. We see photographs from a camera, and it's giving us facts. So this is a nonfiction book. A nonfiction book is going to give us information about something. The Tale of Peter Rabbit. This is one of Miss Huff's favorite books. And it is a fiction book. It's not real. The characters in it are rabbits that talk, and we know that could not be real. So this is a fiction text. Then we have States of Matter. States of Matter. And it's a question and answer book. So that tells us right there that it's going to be nonfiction. It's going to give us facts about the different states of matter. Solids, liquids, gases. Okay, what about Earth Day? And if you haven't listened to our links yet in the video that I sent this morning to your inbox, this is one of the books I did as a read aloud, since today is Earth Day. But this is a nonfiction book. It is giving us facts, and it is teaching us about Earth Day. We have Amelia Bedelia for Mayor. Amelia Bedelia for Mayor. We know that this is a fiction book because it is not real. Amelia Bedelia is a character that appears in many books that we've read, and we use her a lot when we're talking about that figurative versus non-figurative language and how she takes everything so literal. but this is a fiction book. All of her stories have problems, solutions. They have beginning, middle, and ends. We read this book earlier when we first started our online instruction, Internet Safety, and that is a nonfiction book. It is teaching us and giving us facts about how to stay safe on the internet. We have Tops and Bottoms. I do not believe that I've read this book to you this year, but I'm sure you may have read it in the past, and it's written differently, which is why this book is so popular. Instead of it being like this, it's like this. You have a top page and a bottom page, and it's about characters who plant a garden, and somebody is very lazy and doesn't want to do the work. So there's a trickster in here who tricks them. So there's a problem, solution, beginning, middle, end. This is a fiction book. And last, we have a book about Earth. This would be a nonfiction book because it's going to teach us and give us facts about Earth. And we have a graph here, which is an example of a nonfiction text feature. We have photographs. We have a diagram. So these are things to look for when you're deciding if a book is fiction or nonfiction. I hope this helps. Now go have fun and rock this assignment.